This show focuses on lifestyle, marriage, career, trending topics and many more. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. On today's episode, we will be discussing on getting married in your 20s. We have a young lady here today, our very own host on Chris Gold Show, Christy Oni. Christy Oni is a pharmacist and social entrepreneur. She graduated from a prestigious university in Nigeria in 2019 and got married in 2020. She is in her early 20s and right now, she'd be sharing with us her journey before and now in marriage. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome pharmacist, Christy Oni.
Hello guys, my name is Christy Oni, and first I want to say thank you to everybody watching this. I really appreciate it. It gives me joy seeing you guys watch this video. Thank you. Okay, so let's get started. So back then in school, I'm someone that loves to attend events from one conference to another, from one training to another. I was that kind of person. So it happened that it was actually at a conference that held in Ibadan City. That's where we met. He was based in Lagos, but he traveled down to Ibadan for the conference. But I was based in Ibadan, so I attended the conference without traveling. And that's how I met him. So that's the way I met him. It wasn't like I had a vision or I had a dream that I'm going to meet a particular guy and he's going to be my husband. No. And it wasn't love at first sight. It wasn't. In fact, it was love after several sights. Okay, so that's how we met. Just the normal way you meet your friends. That's how we met. Okay, so after we met, it happened that the following week I had another conference in Abuja and I was to travel by road. Then it just happened that he kept on calling me. In fact, that's where I had to remove my glasses. I had to remove my glasses and readjust it, thinking what's happening, like why would this guy keep calling me? Like even my parents, they knew I was traveling. They didn't call me more than 5 times, but they called more than 10 times. Always asking, where are you now? How is the journey going? Hope you're not tired. And I was like, please, can you just... So at first I enjoyed it, but later I was like, Benny, what's happening now? Why did they call me? Though I couldn't tell him that, but that's the way I felt. Like, why is he calling? We're just friends. I have thousands of friends, so why is it the one calling? So that's it. That's how I started. Then we continued conversation. One thing led to another, and like I said, love after several sight and communication. That's it. Wow, okay. So to be sincere with you guys, it's not a question I could easily say I knew just by seeing him. I just knew he was the right guy just by seeing him. Like I said before, ours wasn't love at first sight. It was love after several conversations. So I can't just say I just knew it. You meet some people, they'll say, I just knew it. Immediately I saw him like that, I just knew, that's my husband. And some would even tell you, I had a dream about him and God showed me the exact guy. I'm not saying you're wrong. It happens. For instance, my mom told me of how she met my dad. Like, before she even think of getting married, then she was still very much young. There was this particular old man that just approached her and said, the husband you marry, his name is this, his name is that, is this height, is this complexion, this and that. That was like 10-15 years before she even met him. So when she finally met him, she knew this must be the guy. You get that situation. But she didn't, of course she told me she didn't display like, you're my husband, oh, you're my husband. No, she also had to pray about it. And so in my case, quite different, very, very different. But in my own case, before I even met him at all, I've started to pray about my husband, but to just help me identify the person. In fact, I pray to a certain extent. I'm like, God, just show me his picture. Just show me his picture so that when he comes, I would know this is the guy. But I mean, it didn't happen that way. It didn't. I was still like, God, like immediately it seemed like this. Like immediately we just sight ourselves. Let that thing just say, this is just. But trust me, it didn't happen. It didn't. But in the process of praying, I informed my mom too. Even before I even talked about marriage, like I knew he was interested. You see, trust me, there's a way you would know when someone is interested in you. So when I got to know, I started praying. Then I informed my mom. We started praying. I started praying because I didn't want a situation where it would get me unaware. It would propose unaware, and I'll still be like, I'm not ready for marriage, I'm sorry, and then I'll lose him like that. So that's that part. Like I started praying. I told my mom to start praying, and of course the Bible says watch and pray. In the process of praying, I started looking out for some other things. Started looking out for his attitude. What kind of person is he? What is his character like? You get. So those are a part of the things I started looking at, and then I realized, oh no, this is just like prayer answered. When you're just telling God, please, I want this in my husband, I want him to be this, I want him to be that. So it was just like prayer answered. So if I seeing him, I had this like, okay, you're looking at the age, right? You're looking at his physical, his stature. Is it tall? Is it short? Is it fat? Is it thin? You're looking at that, right? Just keep that on your left hand, which I did. Then look at some other things, because sometimes we all get blindfolded by the outside, forgetting about what is inside. So I had to put the outer on my left hand, then the inside on my right hand, because trust me, the inside determines a whole lot of things. I'm a fan of Skinny Girl in Transit, and I saw how Shaliwa fell in love with what's his name, Kwame, that tall, dark, handsome guy. And what happened eventually? She got involved with, she became a victim of domestic violence. So it happens a lot. You see that fine looking guy, you have to know what is inside before you fall for the outside. So on my own part, I kept to the left, like those things on my left hand, then the inside on my right hand. So I realized, oh, the inside actually outweighs the outside. So I decided, okay, fine, I'll give love a chance. Plus the fact that I felt peace of mind, I felt, oh no, God is actually leading me through. Then I was always like, God, let your will be done. My own reaction, I wasn't a fan of early marriage, like early youth marriage, like in your early 20s. I wasn't a fan. Though all I wanted was, God, I used to tell God, I'm not before 25. That's what I used to say. Well, yeah, actually not before 25. But I mean, I never thought it would be that early, like that early. So initially I wasn't ready, but later I had to prepare myself, because I know there are quite a number of things that even if you are 25, even if you're 30, you still can't do successfully unless God strengthens you. So instead of arguing about, oh, I'm too young, I'm too this, I'm too that, I started asking for God's grace, strength, courage to do things you think you can't do. That is it. I remember when I entered school at age 16. Like I just clocked 16 and I get an admission. So imagine the situation, me saying, I'm too young. Really? I mean, right now at my age, I have my mates already like CEOs on Forbes lists, and would they say they're too young? So life is, I mean, the generation we are in at the moment, it's even far beyond. We are too young. I mean, it's even the young that are doing greater things these days. When I say not even great things, I mean greater things. It's the young that are doing it. So well, but then if you think you're not ready, please don't rush it, a step at a time. But then always follow God's will for your life. Marriage preparation can be so stressful. I didn't come to the reality that I was getting married until that month of my wedding. That's why it happened that I couldn't tell a number of people that I was getting married, because I I wasn't taking it seriously. It wasn't, it was just normal. Like, though I just knew we fixed the date, but so I'm actually getting married. It wasn't, I wasn't feeling the vibe until 2 weeks to the wedding, and then I started, to rush. I started rushing to do a lot of things. So, but we thank God. We did it. And then I just knew here, when I was trying to prepare for some things, I'm like, last it will come and go, just the way I used to say in pharmacy school. This phase 2 shall pass. And of course the wedding day passed, and we thank God. We look back and we're grateful for that day, for those 2 days. Yes, we have disagreements before and after. In fact, that of before, there was one particular one that was, we disagree on just a tiny thing, like just a tiny thing. We have disagreements on just tiny issue. Imagine my husband getting angry just because I didn't call him when I was leaving work. Or imagine me getting angry that I called him like twice, he wasn't picking. Those little disagreements, and you're like, seriously? But you just have to know that, and that's why it's important for you to marry your friend. Because if you marry your friend, you two can easily communicate. You two can easily, even after disagreement, you can easily hug yourself and say big head. So that's why you're getting angry, stuff like that. But if you guys are just like, I don't know what to call it anyway, so let's just skip that part. Okay, so imagination versus reality. That is what you imagined before getting married, and what is actually happening. Well, I have two sides to that. I have the good part and I have the bad part. So I'll start with the bad part. The bad part is, I imagined after marriage I'll start acting like mommy, like I'll have a lot of responsibilities on my shoulders. I'll have to, be cooking at all times. Or compared to when you're single, that you can decide, oh, it's just me, I'm not going to cook. So I imagined, oh wow, I have to be cooking every now and then. I have husband to start taking care of. I start imagining things, but the reality is it's not that burdensome. It's just normal. Like I said, marry your friend. So there are times when we just decide, well, tonight's food is going to be pepper soup with drink. So we have cases like that where we just decide, okay, this is what we want. It's not as if we are taking things seriously. So the work is not very burdensome, especially when you have your partner right beside you. You get, so it's not as if you're doing everything and you're just tired of life. No, most time things I do is usually beside me, so why do I need to complain? You get. And then the good part is, I imagined every okay, so now the good part is, I imagined we'll be going out on dates. That's the fact that we're married, we'll be going out on dates. We'll go to, especially our anniversary dates, we'll be going out. For instance, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, would go out to a very nice place. You get, we'll be touring the world. What else did I imagine? The good parts, you get. But reality is, after marriage, we started. We had to resume work back. I had to resume work. He had to resume work. We are both busy. So the reality wasn't like every day we go for dates, every week we go for dates. You get. But we try as much as possible to have fun at all times. We watch movies together. We go to cinemas. Yeah, after marriage. So, but it wasn't as I imagined. In fact, I imagined we going to Disneyland. You get, but the reality is, you work. You have to go to work. You have to make money so you could do all those things. You get. So that's the fact. Yes, I was. I was like, you mean I'm getting married just like that? Like, you get, but it happens. It happens. You could be in a situation like that. In fact, one thing I've come to realize is, you know, doing things by the grace of God is not by your power. It's only by God's grace. You doing things beyond your ability is not by your power, it's by the grace of God. So just keep trusting God. The Lord that has been with you from the beginning would continue to be with you up to like forever. So why should we be scared? So personally, I stopped getting scared. I know the Lord is with me, so I stopped getting scared. I don't even know why we're scared of marriage. I don't know. Maybe because we think after marriage you can't proceed with your career or what. Like I can't imagine. I don't know. But so I just don't know why we get scared. But I hope maybe in the comment section I could get response on why people get scared. So let me know why you get scared of getting married. Let me know in the comment section. Guys, thank you so much for having me today. Till next time when we shall meet, be good. My name still remains Christy Rooney. Bye, and please don't forget to click on the subscribe button, like this video, share, and please comment. I would love to get your comments.